You know that feeling, right? That laser sharp focus where ideas just click and you feel ready to conquer your to-do list.
Oh,
Or, on the flip side, that frustrating brain fog where every thought feels like wading through mud. What if I told you the key to unlocking more of the first and banishing the second might literally be found in your kitchen? Your brain is this incredible demanding organ. It actually slurps up about 20% of your total daily calories. It's huge. So the crucial question becomes, are we truly fueling this supercomputer with premium, high-octane material, or are we inadvertently feeding it junk that's slowly dulling its edge?
it's a great question. And what's truly astonishing here is the direct, undeniable correlation between your plate and your mental prowess. Really is. Our deep dive today isn't just about general health. It's a targeted exploration into how specific foods act as either potent cognitive enhancers or, well, subtle brain drainers. By the time we're done, you'll have a clear, actionable roadmap, transforming how you think about your next meal into a powerful strategy for enhanced focus, a sharper memory, and crystal clear thinking.
That's a powerful revelation, how our diet is literally shaping our thoughts. It puts every meal into a whole new light, doesn't it? Before we get to the shopping list, let's dig into the mechanics of this. What's actually happening inside our brains when we eat on a fundamental level?
Okay, so your brain is incredibly hungry for energy, and its primary fuel source is glucose, or sugar. That's kind of the baseline. But it's not just about getting enough. The quality of that fuel makes all the difference, a huge difference. Beyond glucose, it critically needs a steady supply of essential fatty acids, powerful antioxidants, and a whole spectrum of vitamins and minerals. These aren't just minor players, they're the architects and protectors of your complex neural networks. Think of them that way. When you feed your brain the right nutrients, it operates at peak efficiency, producing optimal levels of neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin, and acetylcholine.
Right. Those chemical messengers we hear about.
Exactly. Think of these as your brain's personal messaging system, responsible for everything from regulating your mood and focus to forming new memories and ensuring overall cognitive function.
So if our brains are built to thrive on specific nutrients, what happens when they don't get them? That's where things can really start to go sideways, I imagine.
Precisely. Conversely, when we consistently make poor dietary choices, it triggers a cascade of negative effects. Inflammation, oxidative stress, and imbalances in those crucial neurotransmitters we just discussed. This is what manifests as that frustrating brain fog, maybe a sudden inability to concentrate, or struggling with memory recall. If you've ever experienced that heavy post-lunch slump or felt mentally sluggish when you know you should be sharp, your diet could very well be the silent culprit.
Okay, so armed with that understanding of what our brain needs to thrive, the big question is, how do we actually get those incredible nutrients onto our plate? Let's explore the foods that are true power-ups for your mind. Where should we kick things off?
Let's start with the small but mighty blueberry. You know that burst of color from a blueberry? What if I told you that very color is delivering microscopic brain shields directly to your memory centers?
Microscopic brain shields. Wow, okay. Tell us more about how they work. That sounds incredible.
Well, they're called anthocyanins. They're powerful antioxidants that give blueberries their deep blue hue, and they literally cross the blood-brain barrier and accumulate in the very brain regions associated with learning and memory.
So they get right in there.
Right in there. This means they are actively protecting your neurons from damage. There was a landmark study published in the Annals of Neurology. It followed over 16,000 women for more than a decade. And it found that those who regularly consumed the most blueberries and strawberries had significantly slower rates of cognitive decline.
Wow, 16,000 women. That's significant.
It is. And beyond protection, these anthocyanins also improve communication between brain cells, enhance the birth of new neurons, that's a process called neurogenesis, and crucially reduce inflammation throughout the brain.
That's fascinating. And the ease of incorporating them is fantastic. Just, one cup provides a substantial dose.
Exactly. Very easy to add.
But what if someone isn't a huge fan of fruit, or maybe wants to explore other heavy hitters? Are there other types of foods that offer similarly powerful, scientifically backed benefits for brain function?
Absolutely. When we talk about scientifically validated brain food, fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and sardines are really top tier. They're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA and EPA. These essential fats aren't just good for you, they literally make up about 60% of your brain's structure and are critical for its function.
60%. That's a huge proportion. So what makes DHA and EPA so indispensable for our brain's architecture?
Well, DHA especially is highly concentrated in your brain's gray matter. Think of it like the ultimate lubricant for your brain cells. It keeps their outer layers, their membranes, super flexible and fluid.
Okay.
This fluidity is vital because it allows signals to zip back and forth incredibly fast, facilitating efficient neuron communication and the formation of new neural connections. Research consistently shows people with higher omega-3 levels boast better memory, improved mood, and a significantly reduced risk of cognitive decline.
That makes sense if the communication is faster.
Exactly. And there's even compelling research on Alzheimer's prevention, showing that regular fish eaters tend to have larger brain volumes in the areas associated with memory and cognition. Plus, their anti-inflammatory properties are key in protecting against neurodegenerative diseases.
That's incredibly compelling. What about those of us who, maybe don't eat fish regularly? Are there other excellent sources of these critical fats or maybe other categories of food that provide a similar cognitive boost?
Great question. While fish is king for omega-3s, nuts and seeds offer a unique combination of nutrients that are fantastic for cognitive enhancement. Walnuts, for instance, they even look like a little brain.
Yeah, they do.
And that resemblance isn't just a cute coincidence. They uniquely provide significant alpha-linolenic acid, which is a plant-based omega-3. Think of it like the scaffolding for your neural connections. Then you have almonds and hazelnuts, rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that shields brain cells and is linked to less cognitive decline as we age. And don't forget pumpkin seeds. They're little mineral powerhouses providing crucial zinc, iron, magnesium, and copper.
So it's the combination that's powerful.
The synergy, absolutely. The combination of their healthy fats, protein, and these vital minerals provides sustained energy for your brain, supports neurotransmitter production, and offers robust protection against inflammation.
It's amazing how nature packages such potent medicine in these everyday foods.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what about the humble, dark leafy greens? We often hear they're healthy, but how do they specifically benefit the brain?
Oh, they truly are the unsung heroes of brain health. Don't underestimate them. They're packed with folate, vitamin K, lutein, and beta-carotene, all nutrients powerfully linked to slower cognitive decline. Those landmark Mindy diet studies?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, they found that people who eat leafy greens daily actually have brains that function as if they were 11 years younger.
11 years younger. Seriously? Okay, I'm sold on greens. Now, for some news that might make a lot of our listeners very happy, dark chocolate. We're talking the good stuff, right? At least 70% cacao.
Absolutely. Not milk chocolate, haha. But yes, 70% or higher. This is a treat that truly serves your mind. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, a touch of caffeine, and potent antioxidants. These compounds work together to improve memory, sharpen focus, and even lift your mood.
How do the flavonoids work?
The flavonoids specifically increase blood flow to the brain and stimulate the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. Think of BDNF as your brain's personal growth hormone. It promotes new neuron growth and protects existing ones. Studies have even shown that people who consume dark chocolate regularly perform better on cognitive tests and experience improved working memory.
That's the kind of good news we love to hear. But now we kind of have to pivot to the other side of the spectrum. What foods are actively working against our cognitive abilities, effectively sabotaging our clarity and mental sharpness?
Yeah, this is crucial. The biggest threat to optimal brain function in our modern diet is arguably processed foods. They're everywhere. They're typically high in refined sugars, unhealthy fats, artificial additives, and importantly, they're stripped of essential nutrients. When you consume them, you get rapid spikes and then dramatic crashes in blood sugar.
The sugar rush and crash?
Exactly, which immediately translates to mental fog and an inability to concentrate. Sound familiar? Furthermore, the trans fats and excessive omega-6 fatty acids found in these foods actively promote widespread inflammation throughout your body, including your brain. Research has even shown that people who consume diets high in processed foods tend to have smaller brain volumes, especially in the hippocampus.
The memory center.
That's the one. It's crucial for memory formation, and it's particularly vulnerable to these negative effects.
That's a really stark warning. And leading directly from processed foods, refined sugar itself seems to be a major villain in this story. What are its specific damaging effects on the brain beyond just the crash?
Refined sugar has profoundly damaging effects. Beyond the rapid fluctuations in glucose that impair cognitive function and mood, chronic high sugar intake leads to insulin resistance. We often think of this in terms of the body, like type 2 diabetes, but it happens in your brain too. Some researchers are even referring to this brain insulin resistance as type 3 diabetes, directly linking it to Alzheimer's disease.
Wow, type 3 diabetes. That's a genuinely surprising and alarming link.
It really underscores the impact. High sugar also promotes the formation of advanced glycation end products, or AGs. AGs literally damage brain proteins and accelerate aging. It's not good. Plus, this inflammatory response hurts the production of BDNF, that crucial brain growth factor we mentioned earlier.
Right, the one dark chocolate helps.
Exactly. So sugar does the opposite. It leads to worse memory test performance and a reduced ability to form new memories. It's a vicious cycle.
Okay, so sugar is clearly bad news. What about artificial trans fats? Are they just another unhealthy fat, or are they uniquely detrimental?
They are uniquely harmful. You find them in many processed foods, margarine, commercially baked goods, though thankfully less common now but still around. Artificial trans fats increase inflammation and oxidative stress, and they've been directly linked to cognitive decline and an increased risk of dementia. They don't just sit there passively, they actually interfere with your brain's ability to effectively use beneficial omega-3s.
Oh, so they actively block the good stuff.
In a way, yes. And they mess with the fluidity of your cell membranes, which, as we said, directly impairs neuron communication. They're definitely something to actively avoid.
Okay, noted. So we've talked about the major dietary culprits, processed foods, sugar, trans fats. What about alcohol? Many people enjoy a drink, maybe wine with dinner. Where does it fit into the brain health picture?
Right, it's a common question. While moderate alcohol consumption might have some very limited benefits for certain populations, maybe cardiovascular, it's crucial to state clearly that excessive drinking is unequivocally detrimental to the brain. Alcohol is neurotoxic, meaning it's poisonous to brain cells. It causes both immediate impairment, we all know that feeling, and significant long-term damage. Chronic consumption can lead to brain shrinkage, particularly in areas responsible for decision-making and impulse control.
Shrinkage. That doesn't sound good.
Not at all. And even moderate amounts can disrupt sleep quality. Sleep is absolutely crucial for memory consolidation and for your brain's detoxification system. During deep sleep, your brain uses what's called the glymphatic system to clear out waste products, like beta-amyloid plaques associated with Alzheimer's. Alcohol can significantly impair this cleaning process, leading to the accumulation of toxic substances. So moderation truly, truly matters here.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? It's clear it's not just about what we eat today, is it? It's the cumulative effect of those choices building up over time.
Exactly. Every single meal you choose either contributes to or detracts from your brain health. It's an ongoing process. But here's the good news. Positive changes can happen relatively quickly. You don't have to wait decades. Studies have actually shown cognitive improvements within just a few weeks of adopting a brain-healthy diet.
Weeks. That's encouraging.
It is. Think about diets like the Mediterranean or MIND diets, which emphasize these brain-boosting foods while minimizing the drainers. They've been shown to reduce cognitive decline risk by up to 53%. That's a massive impact. And this isn't just about preventing future problems years down the line. It's about optimizing your mental performance right now, today. Sharper thinking, better focus.
53% is a huge number. But how do we actually do this without feeling overwhelmed? Changing an entire diet can feel like climbing a mountain sometimes.
Totally understand that. The key is consistency over perfection and focusing on simple, achievable swaps. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Instead of reaching for that processed snack mid-afternoon, grab a handful of nuts and berries. Choose fatty fish a couple of times a week over processed meats like sausages or deli slices. Make a conscious effort to incorporate more leafy greens into your meals. Maybe add a handful of spinach to your eggs or a smoothie. Simple things.
Small steps.
Small steps. Also, don't overlook meal timing. Regular, balanced meals help maintain steady blood sugar levels, which is crucial for sustained cognitive performance, avoiding those slumps. And for those interested, some research even suggests practices like intermittent fasting can promote BDNF and improve overall brain plasticity. But that's a deeper topic maybe for another time.
That's a really practical approach. Simple swaps, consistency. But beyond the plate, beyond the food itself, what else is crucial for peak brain function that we might be overlooking?
Hydration. It's absolutely critical, and it's one of the most often overlooked brain boosters. So simple, yet so important. Your brain is roughly 75% water. Think about that.
75%.
Yeah. And even mild dehydration significantly impairs cognitive function, mood, and concentration. Studies have clearly shown that losing just 2% of your body's water content, which isn't much, you might not even feel that thirsty yet, can decrease working memory, increase anxiety, and reduce focus.
Just 2%. Wow.
Just 2%. So the simple act of ensuring you're drinking adequate water throughout the day can have a profound impact. Keep a water bottle handy. And yes, while they contain caffeine, coffee and tea do contribute to your fluid intake. Plus, they provide beneficial antioxidants, so that's generally okay in moderation.
That's a great reminder. It's something so simple to implement. Okay, so we've talked about the food, we've talked about water. Is there anything else that can help us optimize these benefits and really unlock our full mental potential, kind of take it to the next level?
Well, look, a brain-healthy diet provides the foundational building blocks. That's non-negotiable. It's the base. But there are times when additional support can be beneficial. This is where targeted, natural cognitive support can play a valuable complementary role. Think of it this way. If brain-healthy foods are like premium gasoline for your car,
Okay.
then natural cognitive support is like a high-quality engine oil. It doesn't replace the gasoline, you still need that fuel. But it helps everything run more smoothly and efficiently, optimizing the processes already happening.
Got it. So it helps the good food work even better.
That's a good way to put it. Neither replaces the other, but together they can help you achieve peak mental performance. Many people find that combining a brain-healthy diet with this kind of natural support leads to enhanced focus during demanding tasks, better memory recall, and improved mental clarity throughout the day. The key, as you said, is complementing, not replacing. Diet first.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's truly important to remember that every food choice you make is an investment in your cognitive future. Really think of it that way. The sharpness, clarity, and resilience of your brain at 70, 80, or even 90 years old will largely be determined by the choices you begin making today. The research is crystal clear on this. Consistent, brain-healthy diets lead to better cognitive function as you age, significantly lower rates of dementia, and consistently maintained mental sharpness. Conversely, regular consumption of brain-draining substances, the processed foods, the sugar, the bad fats, sets you up for cognitive decline and increased neurodegenerative risk. It's a stark contrast.
Your brain is, without a doubt, your most valuable asset. I mean, think about it. It's responsible for every single thought, every memory, every decision, every creative idea you'll ever have. Doesn't an organ so fundamental to your existence deserve the highest quality fuel you can possibly provide? It really frames it as a clear choice, doesn't it, between cognitive vitality and, well, mental decline. But remember, the journey doesn't have to be perfect from day one. Please don't feel overwhelmed. Small, consistent changes can lead to truly significant improvements. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.
Indeed. That's the perfect message. The journey to optimal brain health through nutrition, maybe combined with natural cognitive support when appropriate, can truly help you unlock your full mental potential and maintain sharp cognitive function throughout your life.
So as you go about your day, maybe later today or tomorrow, consider what one small swap you can make today that your future self will truly thank you for. Not just in terms of your physical well-being, but the very clarity and sharpness of your thoughts. Something to think about.